Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachachadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is your boy right here. Ex-NFL star Robert Griffin III wades into racism storm after being told his children aren't black. Well, actually, they're not black because black is a color, a social construct that was made up by the so-called white man, because they're not white and neither are there black people. There's just different shades of red people on the planet and different shades of brown people on the planet. And the biblical nationality for the so-called white race is Esau. They're Edomites. And the biblical nationality for so-called blacks is they're Israelites, right? So this is in the Daily Mail. I like to always, when I see these little stories, it's good to, we can just go into it and edify back to the basics, because these are things that our people need to know when they first come into this truth, to get down this understanding of there are biblical nationalities. There's no such thing as, Germans or Russians or Chinese or Japanese or any of those names. The Lord gave us all biblical nationality. So what Esau done, because he's a fugitive in the earth, he's really trying to hide who he is. And he really wants to hide who you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are, because you are the chosen people. You are the people that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai chose, his inheritance, his portion. You are Israelites. So they don't want you to know that. That's the reason why they'll give you, bywords, which is one of the curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Matter of fact, we can get that real quick, and I'm going to come back to this. I think it's, 28 and 37, I think. Maybe not, but we'll find it. So this is very important to know. Ethnicity goes through your father. That biracial, multiracial, shit like that became popular in the 1970s. And I think it was a so-called white woman that kind of coined the term, so to speak. It goes back further, but it really just started to come to light in America back in the 1970s. But there's no such thing as biracial or multiracial people. Yep, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. So we're not being called Hebrew Israelites. We're not being called our biblical nationality. We're being called all different types of names. You got Haitians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, Latinos, Mexicans, Colombians, all these different names. Those are social constructs, or they're bywords. They're not actual nationalities. The so-called white man gave us those names when he conquered us. And again, generation to generation to generation to generation goes on. Of course, there's going to be some forgetfulness about who's who. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he's bringing that back. And, that's why we like to do some of these lessons on, these types of topics, because it's basic stuff that we need to know when it comes to being in this truth and going out and teaching, because you have to be full aware of the fact that anybody that approaches you out on the highways and byways, they could possibly be an Israelite. If their spirit resonate with the scriptures, they're Israelites. It don't make no difference what they look like. You have to, really get that straight before you go out and go to teaching, because, there's plenty of videos of brothers having what appears to be so-called white people kissing their boobs, doing all this apology, apologizing to them, and, and just really got them thinking that they're Edomites, and they never even ask them, well, what's your parents? What's your dad? Or what's your grandfather? What's your do you know anything about your family? They don't even ask them any of that. They just got them thinking that they just, see them, looking like this lady right here, which she could be an Israelite. She could very well be an Israelite. And hell, he could be an Edomite, as dark as he is. Because there are Edomites out here, so-called white people, that's just as dark as him and even darker. Because you have to realize, going back into slavery, the so-called white man was having sex with, our women. He was raping the women, or graping the women. And he was leaving seed in them. And some of them seeds was coming out looking as dark as this man right here, even though it was a so-called white man that pumped her up. But that seed in every one of those women like that were so-called white people. But what Esau would do was, he wasn't taking them on as children. He would just put their asses in the field with everybody else, his own children. And then that son will grow up. He's a so-called white man, right? He'll grow up because he's got dark skin. He'll marry a so-called black woman. Then the kids, now all of a sudden, over generations, these kids are just dark-skinned people. But they're actually Esau. They're actually Edomites. That shit is actually scary. So it's not a color thing. Because like I said again, she can actually be an Israelite and he can actually be an Edomite. Or they both could be Israelites. Or they both could be Edomites. You know? So, and it, you know, the spirit is, you see, the Lord is the father of spirits. He knows the spirits that are out here. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on this, you know, just to get a quick lesson. Okay, but it says, former NFL quarterback Robert Griffin III has become embroiled in a controversial race debate after being told his children aren't black because they're white mother. But see, this is the ignorance of these Americans, right? Griffin III inadvertently went viral on social media this week after responding to a tweet asking him which black women he supported with the picture of his 4 daughters. Quickly, the post racked up 10 million views, with black women flooding the comments to tell him that his children aren't black. See, and this normally the N-dub, the nigga woman, she don't know no better. She's really mad. They're really mad at him because he didn't choose one of their asses. That's all. Oh, what do you do? You're going outside of your race. But y'all the ones running around talking about how you don't need niggas. You don't need men. You don't need us. You know, what do you need? You've been running around for decades talking about how you don't need us. Now the so-called black man, he go outside of the race, so to speak, and get him a woman, which he can. Then all of a sudden there's this huge problem from the so-called black woman. But you're giving niggas all the problems in the world. I mean, come on. I mean, even from a successful level, so-called black women that are 6-figure making, from a successful level, man, be giving Jake a lot of problems, man. I'm not saying every woman, but overall, shit, you ask me, he made a great damn choice, man, going the route that he went as far as finding him a woman and got him a family, man. It is what it is, and they ain't gave him that much stress. Now, who knows? This is America. She might divorce his ass, take half, and put him through the ringer, too. But in the meanwhile, I gotta say, his chances are better with this particular chick he's with. What, was he supposed to get one of these hood chicks, man? You can't even, come on, bro. Anyway, let's get some more. The number one thing being said was, you can't say that, sir, because you married a white girl. As if marrying someone outside your race means you can't drop facts, Griffin explained in the viral post. Is marrying someone outside of your real race a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. Love knows no colors. And that's what we should be preaching instead of divisiveness. Well, the division is there anyway, because Esau is a divisive person. And then the Lord divided the people. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. Salakia. The Lord didn't intend for us all to be together like that, you know, because she would be considered a concubine if she's a so-called white woman. She wouldn't actually be a full-fledged wife, you know. Let's see if we can find that one scripture. See, in the Americas, this is where they got people thinking that we're all one people. And we're all together. But in the meanwhile, the only people that's really benefiting in the earth is the so-called white man. Because he's conquered everything. He's stolen every damn thing. And then now all of a sudden, you know, these middle class and, you know, these, you know, this newer generation, they're feeling like they're losing. So, all right, now we got something in common. But we've been going through the shit we've been going through for centuries with y'all asses, man. Let me see, though. I think it's, yep. Deuteronomy 32:8, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So the Lord, he separated the people. Because even, say, for instance, you go somewhere like New York or you go to Cali, where, you know, it's pretty much every damn country or every nationality in the world is in these particular states. But you go to somewhere like New York or something like that, all people are going to be to their own people anyway. You might have a blend of a couple of other races here and there, but it's so-called black people, they're going to be in so-called black neighborhoods. So-called Chinese people going to hang to themselves. So-called Japanese people, they're going to hang to themselves. South Koreans, North Koreans, everybody, the Arabs, everybody is separated in these. They're in the same state. They're in the same city. They're in the same county or borough or whatever, but guess what? They have their own neighborhoods. They don't really mix and mingle around like that. Like I said, you might see a so-called black person here or there in a so-called white neighborhood or vice versa, but it's not like that. And what I'm saying, as a bulk, as a majority, the people generally hang with their own. And it's always been like that, because that's just the way naturally the Lord created it to be, and people naturally do that. Okay, so let's get some more. Let's see what else he got to say. Yeah, they just pissed, man, that, she's a okay looking lady. She's thin. She's not fucking all out of shape. Here you go. She's got 4 children, but you look at her, you think she wouldn't have none. But when it comes to the so-called black women, hey, they not bouncing back into shape like that, man. They don't give a shit. All they caring about is the fat ass that the baby put on them. They gave them a little bit of baby fat. That's it. They had a goddamn stomach just as big, but they more focused on that on the ass cheeks, and that's what generally niggas be into, man. Like they don't look beyond that. Here you go. This lady got 4 kids. You wouldn't be able to tell this lady got 4 kids, because these so-called white women, they will get their asses out here. I see them jogging in behind strollers. They'll have them goddamn strollers with the real bicycle tires on them bitches out in the park, jogging their asses off, man, with the damn 2 babies in it. A damn toddler like 2-3 years old and a newborn. They'll be out there jogging their asses off, getting that bounce back. So, a lot of these so-called black women just jealous as hell, man. Okay, it says, alongside the post, he wrote, black women telling my 4 daughters that they aren't black is beyond wrong. He then followed it up with a longer comment on Instagram, which reads, oftentimes some people say that I don't support black women because my wife is white. Not only is that false, it's ignorant. I support black women, starting with all 4 of my daughters. Pictured below, I supported my black mom, 2 other black sisters, cousins, aunties, grandmas, and all black women. I also support all women, starting with my incredible Estonian immigrant wife. Yeah, she could be a damn Israelite. You never know, man. Israelites are everywhere. And that color shit don't make no difference. Okay, support is not a piece of pie. We should support everyone and not divisiveness. Well, the scriptures talks about if it's at all possible being, at peace with all men, but he's silly as hell if he really thinks that they're not going to run his ass back across the track when them race wars start. They're going to run his ass off. They're going to run her ass off along with them kids, because they're going to be looking at her like she's a nigger lover, first off. And the kids, if they got any tent, I didn't even see the little girls, but, they don't care, man. If them race wars jump off, they're going to be mad as hell that you got a so-called white woman. They're going to run y'all asses off. That's if you make it out. It says on her own social media account, Griffin's wife also weighed in, writing, since when are biracial children not considered black? So Halle Berry is not black. Barack Obama is not black. Well, no, that nigga's a Hamite. Because everyone with melanin is not the same people. That's something else that we teach. Everyone with dark skin or have melanin, they're not the same people. An Ethiopian is not going to identify with you niggas in here in America. You got those East Indians with the goddamn dot on their head. They darker than us. They're not about to associate with you. The only people that they label black is so-called Negroes like that, man. It's other races out here that's got people in their race that's way darker than us. Because that's a negative, connotation that they want to put on us as a people. But Obama, that's a Hamite. We're not Hamites. We're Shemites. I went into that yesterday in a lesson. Right? And matter of fact, let's get this. Because matter of fact, I brought this up too, so I don't want to lose it. But let me read this real quick. Because I asked, hey, this AI hookup, man. AI be giving you the business now, man. Okay, it says in the Bible, Joseph's sons. Now, because I typed up Joseph. Now, you remember Joseph went into Egypt, as a slave, and he married an Egyptian woman. He was given an Egyptian woman to marry, but he had 2 sons, which were, 2 of the tribes of Israel. Joseph's sons were considered Israelites because in the Bible, the father determines the person's ethnic identity, not the mother. Joseph's wife, Asenath, was an Egyptian, but this did not affect the status of her sons. Because see, in the biblical days, and even in them eastern countries over there right now, they still go by that. They go by your father is the seed, like he carries the seed. Right? But I wanted to pull up Ham. Yeah, you got to use this Google, man. AI be out here clowning now. Let's put in Ham. I went into it yesterday, so it should pop right up. Yup. Ham, Zondervan, Bible's Dictionary, right? Okay, so, and Obama is a Hamite. He's a damn African. The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. And it's a bunch of them. It's a gang of them over there. These just a few of the countries that they naming. But it clearly says they're not the progenitor of the Negroes. They are the progenitor of the dark races, though. Because the only people on the planet with no melanin is who? The so-called white man, Esau. Everybody else got some melanin. Even those so-called Chinese people, Japanese people, they got a little melanin. And going back in the days, when you look at older movies, they used to be a lot darker. But see, within these days and times, see, everybody, you got a lot of people they're using damn whitening creams. They stand out of the sun. They don't want nothing to do with being dark, because being dark like us is actually something negative. So these Chinese, Japanese, they kind of stand out of the sun. They powder their face all, powder donut white and shit. Because they look at us like we're just pieces of shit. But anyway, just wanted to make those couple of points. Okay, it says in his latest tweet, his latest Twitter post that has now been viewed 2 million times, Griffin goes on to express his anger at the comments about his daughters. It really is unbelievable that I put out a statement saying that black men support black women, yet we've got black women in the comments not even supporting black women, he added. Hey, they hate you, bro. Get over it. It says, I know that these girls have not reached womanhood yet, but that makes it even worse, because now you've got black women hating on little black girls, trying to tell them what they are and what they aren't. I don't believe that you can meet hate with hate and then try to find love. Instead of meeting this hate that was seen online about my daughters being called black, I decided to just drop more facts. He then states the one drop rule that states if you have any source of black blood, you are considered African American or black in this country. Well, yeah, that's Esau. Yeah, Esau gave y'all all that. I know that our 4 daughters are biracial. No, they're not. They're exactly what you are, brother. He just doesn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Esau pushes a lot of ignorance in the world, man. This is one of the. It's not that he's stupid. It's not that he's dumb. He be knowing, but he's the devil. He's crafty as shit. That's why that word devil goes off into deceiver, slanderer, an accuser. See, people thinking that he actually got people thinking that there's a red guy underground with a pitchfork, with some horns on his damn head. This is the lies. This man, everything about this man's world is a lie. He knows full well that sperm is children, and that whatever that man is, that's what those children are. He knows that. He knows full well that a woman is just used to give that seed the nutrients that it needs to come forth as the being that it's gonna be. He knows that, man. He knows women don't have anything to do with ethnicity. Now, features, that's something different. The kid can come out with all kinds of mama features, so the kid can come out looking exactly like mama. Don't make no difference in nationality. But guess what? That seed is still that man. It's the man's seed. The kids are already swimming in his nutsack. How are they not him? They are what he is. Right? It says, what else he says? I know that our 4 daughters are biracial. They will know their Estonian heritage. They will know every facet of both sides of their family. They will know who they are, he continued. The response in the comments to the X post were overwhelmingly positive as Griffin's fans rallied behind him and his family. This was such a great message to all. God bless you, beautiful family, Tiffany Gomez said. Another added, funny, they'll say your daughters aren't black because of their white mom, but have no problem calling Kamala a black woman despite having an Indian mom. See? Make it make sense. Yep, see? They all out here pissed right now, still pissed, because Kamala, the so-called black woman, wasn't elected. And she's not even a so-called black woman. Hell, she's a damn Edomite herself. She's just a chocolate-colored Edomite. Yeah, that skin color got nothing to do with nothing. But see, the Lord is going to start to separate, the tares from the wheat, and that goes off into, the parable of the tares and the wheat as well. But let's get the one in Numbers real quick. I mean, it's really very simple when you get it, because I never knew this. That's why, we're thankful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for our teachers. The apostles, the elders, the bishops on down, man. Because I never knew none of this. But when it hit me, I was like, damn, that make perfect sense. But if the Spirit is not dealing with you, you're not going to get it. Now, this is Numbers chapter 1. Let me start at verse 2 here. I want to jump to 18, which is the point. It says, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poll. Now, why doesn't it say the house of their fathers and mothers? Or why doesn't it say the house of their mother? Because we just read in the AI, if you Google it, you're going to see that in the Bible, your father determines who you are. This is what we're about to go into right now. It says every male by their poll. Why does it say every female by their poll? See, in the biblical days, women just, they played their part in the house until the father, which was the daughters was their property. And they would marry their daughters off to whoever, you know what I'm saying? It was like a business transaction. Father was getting something out. The father was getting something out of his daughters leaving the household like that. But see, these days, you're like, hell nah. That's the reason, a lot of these women, especially black women, they hate the Lord. You get to running down, they'll tell you they're Christians, but you get to running down these scriptures and get to telling her that she's her husband's property and things like that. No, shit. Black woman, that's when she's going to be like, no. I believe in the Bible, but not that part. They're not fully into it. Okay, so now let's jump to verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. See? What's a pedigree? Your pedigree is your family line. That's how your family line moves. That's why when a man gets married, he has children, his sons always keep his last name. But when his daughters grow up and get married, they take on the name of their father's house of who they're getting married to. They don't keep their dad's name. Now, in America, you'll have somebody like some of these actors and some of these actresses that keep their own name. I think, Angelina Jolie, she just added the Pitt to her shit. Who else is it? Some of these women out here, they keep their, like Kamala Harris, for instance. She's not going by her husband's last name. Her husband's last name is Imhoff. So why isn't she going by Kamala Imhoff? Because mainly she was trying to fool you Negro women into thinking that she was really a black woman. She had came with that Jewish ass Imhoff name. Y'all wasn't going to be down with that as far as, Harris sound more black. Harris sound more to the, having that barbecue in the park, Oh, girl, she a Harris. We Harris women. Yeah. But anyway, it goes on to say, let me start that back from the top, verse 18. Numbers 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So this is how you go about lineage, man. And when you go into the book of Matthew, and you see the genealogy of the Lord, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, and he's not some blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. His name is Yahushua, which means that he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo-Hebrew. And he wasn't born just by no damn woman, man. No fucking virgin birth. If he was born with a virgin birth, you wouldn't have this long-ass genealogy right here. It's telling you who all his grandfathers were. So why would you need this list of names of men going back all these generations if he was just born through his mother? Nah, man, that shit is silliness. But you can see, this is the verse 1, the book of the generation of Yahushua Mashiach. He was the son of David, son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. Jacob begot Judas and his brethren. And Judas begot Pharaz and Sarah and Tamar. And Pharaz begot Esrom. So it's a whole list. It just goes on and on and on. It goes all the way down here to verse 16, I think it is. Right? And then it actually tells you that Joseph is his dad. But that's another lesson. Anyway, this is the genealogy of our Lord, going through his father. That's what makes him a Judite, from the tribe of Yahweh, or the tribe of Judah. And his seed the seed goes through your dad, man. You can't get around that. So these Christian churches, they're not properly teaching this thing, man. That's why you have all this confusion about they can come in with this replacement theology and get to telling you about how everybody can be saved now. There's a spiritual Israel. No, this is a physical DNA Israel coming from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The elect of Israel are the only ones that's going to be pulled out of this place as far as salvation. Through the spirit and power of our Father Yahweh, which means he exists, or the existing one. Through his son Yahushai, which means he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo-Hebrew. The Lord is not coming back to try and save no goddamn Edomites, man. As a matter of fact, let's get that in, what is that? Was it Matthew? I might have to type it in. Because there's a parable that goes off into the wheat and the tares that explains it beautifully. And when you go off into wheat and tares, I like to always bring that up too. When you look at wheat and tares, they look just alike, but they're different. If you're familiar with farming, and I can grab that up as well. Let me get the account in Matthew. Let me go up some here. Verse 24. But matter of fact, let's read into it first, and I'll grab that to show you what wheat and tares look like. That's why it's important to Google, man. Go use that damn Google. Use these search engines, man. Pull up information. You know, information is at your fingertips now. Matthew 13:24, and another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. Right? With the subject is seed, your seed line. But while men slept, now this is a parable, but the way that the Lord is putting it, you have to be in the spirit to get what he's saying here. It says, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, an enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them. See, so the tares are going to be burnt. But gather the wheat into my barn. Right? So now he's going to give that explanation to this parable. Let me see, where does it start at? He's going to, because the disciples want to know, they're going to ask him about this. At verse 36. But let's get wheat and tares. I just want to show that they look just alike until harvest time. I can remember this when I grew up in the South. So when you put in wheat, if you know what wheat looks like, wheat, tares in the Bible, right? Now, and actually, they got a good picture right here. So let's go into the images, though, because what you'll see is they look just alike. But when the harvest comes, you can tell. All right, nope, that's wheat, and the other one is tares. See? You see these pictures, these side-by-sides? They kind of look just alike. You can't really tell. And they're growing together. So you don't want to destroy all your wheat trying to pluck out the tares. It's best you just wait until the end of the harvest. Then you can get it together, because it's easier to do then. So right here's the picture that they have on the AI. There you go right there. And they're very, very similar in look. All the way until they get to the end, though. When the harvest comes, that's when you can really tell. So now let's go into how the Lord explains what's going on here. Matthew 13 and verse 36. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of the world. So he's clearly giving you what the parable is all about. Because you got the enemy, the damn devil, Satan, or the, because Esau is the so-called, the so-called white man. He is the physical counterpart of Satan on the planet. And if one of the very first things that Esau done was, matter of fact, Esau, he came out red, but he married some of the women that our forefathers and foremothers told them not to marry, basically. That's the reason why Jacob ended up, going, well, because of the blessing and all that stuff. He was on the run because Esau was trying to kill him. You know what I'm saying? But, he married women of his own people, so to speak, or women of his mother's race, so to speak. But Esau, he ended up marrying a couple of dark-skinned women, and that's where you get a lot of dark-skinned Edomites from. Let me see how it's worded. Let me see. Okay, all right, let's go into it right here. Because he ended up, his kids ended up coming along and getting some color. So you got some chocolate covered Edomites out here right now. Now, mind you, Esau, he's still out here. We see these motherfuckers on a day-to-day basis, looking like Santa Claus, big rosy red ass cheeks, big super duper red ass ears. Damn ears look like brake lights on a damn ambulance, red as hell when it's cold, red when they hot, red when they, they laugh, red when, they get upset and mad as hell. They neck be, red as shit. But he ended up marrying a couple of chicks. See, right here it says, verse 20, Genesis 26:34. At the age of 40, Esau married 2 Hittite wives, Judith, the daughter of Beeri, and Basemath, the daughter of Elam. But Esau's wives made life miserable for Isaac and Rebekah. Isaac and Rebekah told, they didn't want to marry any of those Hamites and shit. Because these were Hamites. And these were dark-skinned people. So by him coming out red, him blending with them, it's a gang of them, man. They out here. Those would be tares. They look like darker-skinned people. This man done blending in with everybody. It's so-called Chinese people that's Edomites. It's so-called Japanese people that's Edomites. Just like it's so-called Chinese people that's Israelites. So on and so forth. Because it's a seed line thing. And over generations of, the male having sex with the women of these other nations, you lose color. You lose, bone structure and, just the way that a person might actually look. Because we were a darker skinned people way, way back. But now that we've been, scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, we look a lot more, we're more lighter skin. But we still got darker, people out here. We haven't completely lost our color. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on this for a hot sec, man, because this is a very important topic that a lot of our people don't even know about. They have no idea that that's how seed line goes. And when I was looking in the comments, you can tell that people don't know. They, it's a lot of that biracial, multiracial shit in there, from people just not knowing that your seed line goes to your dad and that the mom has absolutely nothing to do with ethnicity, man. She may get, the child can get all the features of that mother. She, the baby can come out looking just like that mother, but she's not what he actually is, what she or he is. Your seed goes to your dad, man. And like I said again, and you got Esau out here, this motherfucker making nuclear weapons. You trying to tell me he don't know that? He study every goddamn thing else. His smart ass knows everything else. He put together these cell phones. This motherfucker out here on a day-to-day basis coming up with shit. When you trying to tell me something as simple, he don't know that men carry the seed of a child, and that the woman is pretty much only an incubator, or like soil, or like a earth. They know that shit, man. Esau out here, man. This motherfucker, he doing laser eye surgeries. He's putting brain chips into people. This motherfucker know everything about the body, damn near, man. He knows exactly how that goes, though. That's very simple right there. But like I said again, I didn't even, see his daughters. But shit, let's see. Maybe we can. I don't know why these people even put their children out there like that, man. Shit, let them be children and grow up without this fucking social media and their pictures plastered all over the damn place. Let me see, though. I'll just put it in children. Let's see if they got some photos. Oh, shit, looking like some. Let me see. Not a clear picture, but shit, they looking like they got the hair. You know what I'm saying? But of course, they be little Negro women. See this one in. This is probably about the clearest one they got. But I mean, I don't know, them right there. You say they got 4 daughters. I don't know about no son. Where's this son? That's a little girl. But either way, you know what I'm saying? Like, these little girls, they are Israelites. But now, if they grew up to be, and they deal with, so-called white men, and hey, it's just gonna be a seed line of Edomites from there. So it is what it is on that, man. So I'm gonna end out there. Hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying with that. Kwame Yashala on the Bubble Ball.